If you're considering a Kolsquare subscription, you might want to watch this first. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through some challenges that you might face using Kolsquare, when it can actually be the best alternative for your workflow, and why I would personally choose Favikon for my influencer campaigns instead. Spoiler alert, there is one specific thing about Kolsquare that literally drives me crazy, but we'll get to that in a minute. To be very honest, Kolsquare can be a solid option depending on your agency's needs. It's been around for a while, it's trusted by many professionals in the industry, and it's very popular in Europe because of its B Corp certification. But just because it's popular doesn't mean it's the best alternative for you. After years working in marketing agencies, I learned that the biggest challenge isn't finding the right influencers. It is tying every choice to the results and actually having the numbers to prove to your client that the money that they spent was worth it. And the influencer marketing platform you choose plays a huge role in that. If you pick the wrong one, it doesn't matter if your strategy is beautiful. You will fail. Kolsquare advertises automated content and performance data collection, which is essential if you need to show the results of your campaign. But the lack of report flexibility and customization is a common user complaint on G2 when it comes to their system. In Favikon, reports are fully customizable, allowing you to track campaigns, competitors, and even do creator comparisons. You can even share these reports with your client via shareable link, so they have viewing access to a dashboard that updates daily with the latest data, which is a huge relief when you see yourself in the position of having to update a sheet every day just to keep your client on the loop. You know that awkward situation when a client asks a question that no one in your team has an answer for, and all you can do is go like, well, why don't we put a pin on it and circle back in a different moment? Favikon has Google Analytics for integration. So when they ask, okay, but which of the 20 creators drove traffic that turned into conversions? You actually have an answer, because each creator activity can be individually tracked and tied to website sessions and conversions, not just content performance. And you know what makes a client renew an agency contract? Having the answers. Okay, tell me if you agree with this. When you're emailing a creator on behalf of a client, the message should look like it's coming from your agency, right? I think that's common sense. But on Kolsquare, outreach goes out from a Kolsquare email address, not your agency's domain. This could really hurt your agency's trust because creators will probably think it's a spam or a scam and just ignore it. Also, Kolsquare's outreach isn't even in the entry plan. To have that option, you have to upgrade to a different tier that costs basically twice as much. Now, with Favikon, you have the option to do outreach via DM in many social media platforms, including LinkedIn, and email using your own domain. And with the automated workflow, you can use the AI feature that analyzes each creator's content to write personalized messages for you and schedule follow-ups. So if the creator doesn't answer your first message, a second and third one will be sent automatically. For an agency managing 5, 10, 20 campaigns at once, this is a must. Think of how much time you and your team would save not having to chase replies across 5 different inboxes. And I'm sorry, but we're in 2026. If your workflow is not automated, you are probably living under a rock. Now, this is the one that drives me crazy. Kolsquare doesn't publish a pricing table anywhere. Want to know how much it costs? Book a demo. Want to compare it to other platforms before deciding? Book a demo. According to TechPon, a software review platform, the entry module starts at around 500 euros a month. If your client also needs a social listening, then you would have to pay another 420 on top of it. That's basically 1,000 euros a month. And you only find that out after a sales call. Favikon, on the other hand, has a whole website page dedicated to pricing. So you know exactly how much you're going to invest according to the plan that fits your workflow. It starts at $99 a month, and you can do a 7-day free trial. No credit card or sales call required. By the time Kolsquare emails you back to schedule a demo, you will already be using Favikon to run searches for your next campaign and testing all the features for yourself. But like I said before, Kolsquare is a legit platform, and it actually wins against Favikon in certain categories. For example, if your agency requires in-platform creator payment, Shopify integration, or a B Corp certification, Favikon doesn't offer that. The same goes for social listening, but like I mentioned, you have to pay an extra fee for that on Kolsquare. But Favikon has other 3 features that I genuinely think will change the way your agency runs campaigns. I have a personal favorite, one that would have saved my team's lives if we knew about it before, But first, I want to talk to you about content search. Favikon just released this feature where instead of searching for a creator in a niche, you can search for a specific content. Basically, you just type a simple prompt, let's say, cooking father son, and all the results are contents that perfectly match your search. Like, Favikon literally analyzes post by post, being images or videos, just to give you the result that you're looking for. But why does this matter to my agency, Sam? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's say a grill brand comes to you for a Father's Day campaign. Normally, you would pick a niche between cooking, family, or dad content and hope that they would be a match with the audience that you're trying to reach. With this feature, you don't have to choose one. You can find exactly who's already telling the story that you want to be featured in. So you know their audience is already warmed up and receptive to your product, because the partnership is not gonna look like a sponsored post. It's gonna look like a content that they're already used to seeing from that creator. This kind of search would be basically impossible in other platforms, and it can open a whole new world of possibilities in your campaigns. And before getting to my favorite one, please let's not forget the authenticity score. You know when a client decides that they want a specific creator with 1 million followers, but beyond that shiny number, they don't realize that their engagement is suspiciously low or the comments seem to be coming from ghost accounts? Well, the authenticity score pulls from 5 different signals to analyze if an audience is real or not, so you can make sure you're not wasting money on fake influence. Just in 2024, it was estimated that over 42% of influencers only on Instagram were affected by follower fraud, which is a cute way to say they either bought followers or paid for engagement. This kind of practice cost $1.5 billion to advertisers in 2020, and I'm sure you don't want the money to come from your feet. Okay, now to my favorite one. Imagine you found the perfect influencer. They match the brand's niche, tone of voice, have amazing engagement, but when you try to negotiate, you learn that they are already working with the competition or simply are out of the budget. I know you know what I'm talking about, because this happens so often. Now, with the Lookalikes feature, you can simply type their names and find dozens of influencers that match their content style, niche, and all the other criteria that actually made the original creator the best choice in the first place. You can also stack different creators to find other similar ones and use the features to narrow your search. This would have saved my team's necks whenever we wanted to replace a creator that backed down at the last minute, or when we needed to find someone who was similar to a creator who really performed well in a previous campaign, or even when we were just looking for someone else to fill our squad and had the same vibe. It's the kind of feature that you don't realize how much you needed it until you have it. And after you do, the manual scrolling and vetting process will feel like using a paper map to find a restaurant. Like, why would you do that? I reiterate, Kolsquare is legit, and for some agencies, it is genuinely the right call. But for most of you running multiple campaigns, juggling clients, and trying to prove your ROI and your worth as an agency, Favikon just makes more sense. If you want to try for free, there's a link in the description. Test it for yourself and then tell me in the comments if I oversold it.